When God says no, it stings. And here's the thing that gives me so much peace, because God in my life has an amazing track record. And I'm sure he does in your life as well. If you take a second to take inventory and just think back on all the ways that God has showed up for you, I can go out on a limb and say his track record has been amazing. So when God gives me a no, I have peace knowing that the no is for my own good and the no is for your own good. That thing that we think we want, that opportunity, that job, to live in that city, that it's the end all be all. That's what it feels like. But the God who sits up high and looks down low has a crazy advantage and sees things that we'll never be able to see until we get right up close on it. So I know it's difficult. Bring that pain to God, but make sure that your heart is in a place of humility and not entitlement. Because I also have had seasons where I've went to God about something. It was really coming from a place of entitlement. Like, God, why wouldn't you give this to me? And I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson from that. So I try to check my heart now more and just be in a mindset of like, listen, my heart is wicked. Remembering that all the grace and mercy that God has given me, knowing that he doesn't have to give me another blessing. He's already done enough for a lifetime. But he can handle our emotions. He can handle our anger. He can handle our sadness. He can handle our disappointment. But also, what do we want to approach his throne with? If you think about it in a natural, all of those people who are more like visual, like me, and you think about like an old king on a throne, right? And how they had those moments where people from the community could come and share their, worries or ask a question or whatever. It was like, I think it was a pretty privileged time to be able to walk before the king and approach him with something, right? How do you want to use your time when you approach the King of Kings? How do you want to use that time? I think it should always be led with worship, with honor and humility, knowing that it's an absolute privilege to be in God's presence. It's an absolute privilege for him to share his presence with us. So yeah, I know it's difficult when he tells us no, but I can assure you that when God says no, it's because the yes that he has is better than what we thought we wanted in the first place.